this stream like a pro. Like a pro. No, I'm literally over here making sure all my settings are right. Like, what did I forget to do? That would be it. All right, hang on. That's right. That's wrong. That's right. Okay. What's up, y'all? Happy fuck. What is today? Whatever today is. Happy fucking Tuesday. Okay, hang on. That's right. All right. Okay. Okay. Hell yeah, pink hoodie. I love my pink hoodie. And the awesome thing about this hoodie as well is I don't have to fucking wear a bra. That's the even better thing about this big ass comfy hoodie is no bra. None. Fuck that shit. No bra life. Hashtag no bra life. What you doing? What's everybody do? I think I want more coffee, but I'm gonna wait. Because my stomach gets mad at me if I drink too much too fast. So I'm gonna like wait till like later. Like after I do the Who Would Win show. The Who Would Win podcast recording. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm probably gonna have some coffee and be lazy as shit the rest. So it's a void moon today, guys. And when the moon is void, you don't really... So if you've been procrastinating hard as hell today, that's why, void moon. Void moon don't want you to work. Void moon wants you to, like, chill and, like, daydream and meditate and, like, be, like, with yourself and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing, like, a really bad explanation of a void moon, but, like, that's real talk. Real talk. That's what a void moon is. What's up, Tech? I know, stomach needs to get good for real. For real. Tech, your animation was awesome. Your animation was awesome. So we're just gonna chill, y'all. We are legitimately just we're gonna chill. We're gonna fucking...
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I'm gonna show you guys some writing. I might do a little bit of writing while I'm sitting here, because I'm looking at the writing right now. It was real talk, Lady Rex. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my Scrivener stuff. Maybe you guys can help me figure out why this scene is not formatted the same way as the others. There are so many, and if you guys don't know what Scrivener is, it's this really awesome writing tool for, I mean, just like for writers. That's redundant, but it's a writing tool for writers. It really is, and it's awesome, and I love it. I do like it. I'm a little old school, so I still kind of use Microsoft Word for stuff. Why you so cute, Lady Rex? What was I saying? See, you fucked me all up. Oh, but I feel like I should watch a video about how to really utilize it. And there are so many. They're like, but I don't want to do that. I'm literally like, you know how people always make fun of men because they don't want to fucking read instructions? I'm like that person. I just want to like get in and play with it and figure shit out. But I never find the time to figure like all the things out because I'm so just like, I just want to fucking use it. So I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. Oh, sorry, I will be less nice now. I love you, Lady Rez. You can be nice. Hi, Pookies. Love your face. I can't help the cuteness. Get cute. Get cute. That's it. I don't know why my brain just did that. I do not know. I got nothing for you. But let me share some screens. Why am I so short? Hang on. I'm fixing stuff. Wait. Okay, it's better. What is all this shit? Go away. Okay. Which screen was it? What screen was... I'm not gonna rap for you again. Pink is my color? That's awesome. Somebody told me, you really want me to rap for you again? Like, no, I'm not gonna rap again. I need new rap lyrics. I haven't written any new rap lyrics today. But what did I think I put it, yes, I put it here. Okay, so these are all the current scenes for Synarchy Book 3 right here. Right, okay, and you might say, Crystal, why don't you just put your webcam on the right-hand side, right? Here's why. I don't understand why. I don't understand why this is warning, this scene is pretty violent. I don't understand why this scene and like I don't understand why this is formatted that way either, but whatever. They're all like, okay, I gotta pick a font. Don't judge me. But this one is like this. And I don't know why. I don't understand why. So this is one of the reasons why, like, maybe I should watch a video about how to properly use Scrivener. What is this? Is this why? What is this? No. What does this do? No, that's paragraph. That's, wait, is that why? Hang on. What is, no, because it's the same thing over here, so that's not it. So what, I feel like I'm fucking playing Portal. What's different? Hang on. What is? No. No. That, no. What is? That's full screen. What is? What is? Okay, nope, that press the buttons. I can't read that sexual. that feeling I got sexual healing. Should I make it bigger for you? Whoop. Whoop. Okay. I'll read it to you. I'll read it to you in a second. I really do want to know why though. This, if I copied it into another, hang on, I have questions. It's really driving me crazy. Hang on. Well, not like that. If I... No, I don't want you to compile. I want to add new text. Don't give it a title yet. Just... No. Why? Why? What if I... Hang on. What if I did this? What if I put it in... Is there like some weird Microsoft form? Did I put this in Microsoft Word? See, Microsoft Word, I love it, but it like adds weird formatting to things. No. What if I did a paste and match style? What does that mean? No, god damn it. No. Just match it. Why? This displeases me. I am displeased. Didn't. What is... Alright, so that... You're just... Get out of here. Go away. Go away. What'd I say? Didn't I say delete? Move to trash. Okay. So... It can't be the font. Is it because... What is that? Justify? I don't really want you to justify, actually. I want you... Thanks. What is? What is? Crystal and I need to jam. Oh my gosh, she knows I can't read. Yo, we totally gonna jam when I'm playing Conan. I'm gonna put on your playlist. I don't even care that Twitch is gonna fucking mute all my shit. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. If you weren't here live, you beat. We gonna jam out. I'm gonna jam out to your playlist. I know. I'm gonna read it. I gonna read it. Some of this, y'all, you saw already, Lady Rex. This is really gonna drive me crazy, though. All right. Okay. This whole scene, I'm just randomly sharing thoughts with y'all. I don't know where the book is going to start yet. You're going to chill and play Wander while you watch? Nice. This is book 3. This is literally book 3. This is book 3 in progress right now. I just don't know. I'm currently working on where, because I write in scenes. Like, I literally just write in scenes. And the last update I did on this, I was trying to figure out where I wanted the book to start. Because I didn't want it to start out too slow. But I want to do some world building. I know you read all my shit. That's your job. You the beta reader. I want to go into some world building, and I want to kind of, and this is still up in air. I'll probably I don't know, because literally we're work in progress right now. But I want to do some world building, and I want to go into the two sisters, because, and I need to change her name, but I just like the name Reed. I want to go into the relationship between the two sisters, because, spoiler alert, Okay, you were warned. Spoiler alert. What happens to Reed is a big motivational factor for how Soraya treats humans. And it's not, she doesn't like humans. Like in the first, like, big half of the book, she does not like us at all. For whatever. But it's a big part of her character, what happens to Reed. Like, so I want to really kind of delve into the relationship, and and that also will give me like an opportunity to show off the planet Daquin and why and how the world is different, and kind of cool shit that is done differently there, and shit that I wish Earth would do because Earth sucks, and I want Daquin to be better, but not without flaws. Like, there are some flaws in Daquin. So it's better than Earth, in my opinion, but still an imperfect world. So I wanna delve into that, and I kind of want to delve into that early, but I think I want the opening of the book to be a little, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if the word is to move, or maybe, I don't know, to draw in. Here I go again on my own. So I don't know. I've been toying around with that. So this might not be the first thing you see. I am thinking the first thing you see might be the quote-unquote villains. It's awesome. No, it's good. I can multitask, which are the Demiurge. And I may be pronouncing that wrong. 9 times out of 10, I pronounce things wrong. You can learn about them and who they are if you've ever read the Gnostic text. Stop it. They reference the Demiurge, and that's kind of what they're based off of in this. So the first part of the book, I think maybe the first thing, like I like prologues. So maybe the prologue will be an introduction to them and how souls get onto Earth, because that's kind of important, and I'm woo-woo. So literally the whole process for if you're a soul and you want to incarnate on body in Earth, this is what you have to go through. And this is why the Demiurge suck, but have also been a necessary evil. But I'm trying to find a way to do that that's a little more telly and less showy. Because there's a lot of the omniscient narrator here, and I've been toying around with how to show this instead of just telling you. So literally what you see right here, literally just like vomiting of thoughts. This is thought vomit. That's what this is. That's literally what I should call it. I want 25 cents every time somebody says it. Thought vomit. And then I'm thinking, I'll come back to this. I'll read this to y'all. And then I'm thinking chapter 1 will then segue into why Daquin no longer allows men to rule. They can be in the General Assembly, they can do what they want, they can be senators or whatever, but there is only a queen. There is not a king, because when there was a king, he fucked up. And I'd like to write it where kings fucked up not just once, but several times, but this particular king really fucked up. Like, he fucked up a lot. And he would be, so what I really want to show is he would be the catalyst that moved change from one end of the spectrum to the other. Because what I also kind of want to show is that ultimately I want Daquin to realize that they have to find balance. That it can't be just one or the other. That when you, yes, toxic masculinity is bad, but just because it's bad, masculinity at its core is not. So when you step away from toxic masculinity and you get to the beauty of what, the masculine energies actually are, which is Will's character, that's his purpose, is to really show that, then you can have that balance. So I also wanted to show why, how when we change, what we tend to do is we tend to swing from one end of the spectrum to the other. So like we see that this thing is bad and we want to change it, but instead of going like incrementally and like finding space in the middle, we like just, it's like nature to go from like, this is bad, so we must immediately do this, and it's all the fucked away on the other side. And then there's like this struggle now to find like that balance in the middle. So that's what Daquin as a planet's purpose is, to kind of show that there was a shitty ass thing, they changed it, but they still haven't found balance. Yay, it's 3. What's up, Aggro D? What's up, Aggro D? So the purpose of this opening scene, who's texting me? Hang on. Who the fuck are you? Can we talk? I have a quick question for you. Who are you? Who you be? No. Who is this? I have no idea who you've, what I miss, what you do. What's up, I'm talking about Synarchy Book 3 right now. We're talking about writing, actually. I am sharing all the hang on, I just got to work that. But we closed on. No, I'm not answering this. People need to respect my motherfucking business hours. But I'm curious as to, I don't know who you are. I have no idea. Oh, it's Dayan. No. Fuck. Tyler says we talking writing. No, who you be? Who you? Actually, I do need. All right, hang on. Actually, we'll be right back, guys. I do need to take this work call. I actually need to talk to him real quick. So hang on. Have some music. I'll be right back. And then we'll read some writing things. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Work thing. Where'd my screens go? Alright, this is where we are. This is where we are. What? Who's fucking what? I didn't miss calls. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, phone. Don't lie to me. Alright, that's that. Okay. We was talking about writing stuff. You guys are bonding. Hang on. Refreshing. 1 second. You guys so cute. You so adorable. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Alright. You want the hoodie? I know you want my hoodie. I know. You're gonna be the girlfriend that steals my hoodies, aren't you? I'm gonna have to get more. Be like, this bitch is in my hoodie. You see this shit right here? Alright. So that's what we're kind of at with that. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to start the book at, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be the prologue, and then this is going to be chapter 1, possibly subject to change. And this scene, I actually, wow, really? Terms of service. And this scene I actually want to expand upon, because it shows like this raw moment of violence, which is awesome, but I actually want to show the war that he causes. And you're hilarious. What, like in the hamper? That's accurate too. That's really accurate. The war it causes, and why the barren place is barren. Like that place of fire and ice that I told you I needed a name for. Pixel gives me all my alien words. It's awesome. It's super good having a linguist in the corner. If your clothes are on the floor, what? That would be hilarious. Now I've got like an amazing mental image of fucking aggro just walking around in my clothes, and I don't even know what to do with that. So this is all rough drafty, needs cleanup, and I want to expand upon it. But I really like the opening sentence to be her blood was everywhere. I really like that as an opening sentence. Thinking, hoodie thief life. Hoodie thief life. So I don't know how this actually transitions into the war, because he dies in this scene. So I have to toy around with that. Literally not arguing, I would rock the shit out of the pink hoodie. I digs it. Okay. That's cool. Hang on. We're email close. Okay. All right, so let me share with y'all. I'm gonna share the prologue scene that I wrote with y'all. That is literally just a vomiting of thoughts. That's literally all it is. I gotta work this out, and then I'm gonna share the barren place with you, which is wrong. It's not the barren place, but we gotta work. I am sharing my shitty rough drafts, and you guys can keep following. Like if you go to my website or you follow me on Twitter, you can follow along because I post updates pretty regularly because I'm writing this book on the regular because I gotta get it finished. It's got to be done by December. It's got to be done. Yeah, I definitely need to see a picture of you in a pink hoodie, aggro. Flies down to the shittiest state ever to break into Crystal's house and steal her shit. Accurate. It's accurate. Not the shittiest. Have you ever been to Alabama? I'm sorry, people who live in Alabama. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. Have you ever been there? Florida's pretty bad, but you should need a fucking visa to go. I'm so sorry, people of Alabama. I love you guys. I'm so sorry. That's how we lose like 100 followers. They're like, oh no, you didn't talk about Alabama that way. Well, you know. All right. They called Earth a prison planet. In a way, it was true. Unseen to most eyes of conscious things, souls traversed the galaxy as they pleased, whipping in and out of dimensions at will, and if they were ready to do so, choosing which place to take form in next. Take form in next, on next. In. On. Earth was an interesting place to try because of its condition. A planet that had not yet ascended, the ability of an entire conscious species on a planet to manifest loving intention and remember soul while in physical form, brought a host of challenges and experiences that could be tempting for a soul to try, young or old. It came with high reward. It also came with extreme risk. It was not the Anunnaki or the Roshanaya who truly held control of the planet. It was the Demiurge. The room was mostly cast in darkness, a carved-out structure of black rock that hovered in a nowhere dimension above and around the Earth. Oval crystals marked the floor in narrow rows, giving off a very faint glow. The darkness of the room was necessary because the light hid them. It was only in darkness that you could see the Demiurge. There were 6 of them, difficult to describe because no being in any galaxy on any inhabited planet looked like them. I don't know what they look like. And I'm literally like, strange, formless things. Like, and I'm wondering if I should make them like these very interesting beings of light that you can only see in the darkness, because I like the idea that you can only see them if you're literally in darkness. But I don't know what their shape is. I'm still working on that. It's a space amoeba. What does space amoeba look like? What does that look like, aggro? All right, let's go. Even the vast knowledge carried inside of a soul released from physical form knew little about the Demiurge. If they were made directly from source or another lesser entity. If there were more of them on planets struggling to ascend, or if they only existed on Earth. They were the epitome of a necessary evil. And they were evil. A long line of souls hovered between the glowing crystals on the floor. The souls in the room had taken on ethereal form, white wisps that sometimes resembled the shape of a humanoid, or what they intended to reincarnate as, or even forms of beings they had assumed in previous lifetimes. Here in this chamber, what some on Earth thought of as purgatory was in actuality the gateway onto the planet. No soul entered without first coming to terms with the Demiurge. Behind their odd shapes that rippled like water in universal heartbeats or slithered in place like shadows that were darker than all the rest, was a two-way mirror that showed the souls in the room the beautiful blue planet. Here they could only see its perfection of creation, not the chaotic forgetfulness that reigned on the surface. One at a time, each soul came forward and agreed to the terms to enter physical form here. You will forget all that you know. Their voices echoed uncontained, but heard only by the soul they were speaking to. In physicality, you must find your way back to this knowledge of your power. Should you find it, your ability to manifest will be granted. That, though, was just the beginning. Souls were asked what lessons they wished to learn. They were asked what parents they wanted, what family, what trauma or tragedy did they wish to experience, if they did, beyond the normal aches and pains of physical existence to potentially speed up their awakening and bring them back to remembrance. It was in these details that if they could, the Demiurge would smile. These were the conditions that trapped the souls on the planet, that locked them into karmic contracts. Ascension was difficult on an entire planet trapped in non-loving forgetfulness. Added personal karmic lessons agreed upon before birth that must be met, ensured that souls were forced to continue to take shape on Earth, lifetime after lifetime, until those lessons were learned. Trapped souls fed the energy that contained the Demiurge. They did not know it would make them so hungry, but it did. I need more. It needs more. I need to show this. I need to show this more. I need to show this. A blob, semi-translucent, floating bits in their bodies, little hairy bits all around the outside. That's gross. That's hella gross, aggro. Maybe the shape of a flying mantis are inspired by. That's weird. That's weird. I like you guys as like weird shit. Maybe how you see the demiurge depends on you. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe how they look is unique to each soul they meet. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. Why are you flailing, Lady Rex? But this is literally the scene where I want to show a lot of this information instead of just feeding you exposition. Not sure how to do that. Haven't figured out how to do that yet. I also had this idea, this like amazing like soul in the background screaming about how unfair it was that they couldn't leave the planet, and the demiurge just laughing at them and like shoving the contract in their face and sending them screaming back down to Earth. I like that too. I like the idea that this is almost like hell as well, but it's a hell of your own making because this is what you agreed upon before you came here. Destiny DLC? Yeah, Destiny DLC. Yeah. So, like, this place is almost like purgatory and hell, in a sense, which is interesting. I gotta figure that out. Alright, we'll get to that. Alright, this next scene is super violent, so if you are bothered by violence, you have been warned, because this is a hella violent scene. Or maybe it's just a rude scene, or whatever. But yeah, so this is the scene I want to expand upon and show the war and what happened to the whole section of the planet that nobody can live on anymore because the shitty-ass king fucked up. And here's awesome. Yeah, you might want to turn me down a little bit for a second, Lady Rex. So, shitty-ass king name goes here, right? Y'all see that? Okay, so what I did was, and then I abbreviated it to S-A-K-N. So this is now his name. His name is, I just added an I. So his name is now Sakin. I like it. It amuses me. So now every time I see this, I will giggle. Because I know that his name really just stands for you're a shitty-ass king. Which is true. He kind of is a shitty-ass king. Okay. Her blood was everywhere. It was splattered against the walls, in pools on the floor. It was on her face, sprinkled over her dark skin. Her soulless eyes staring up in clear accusation and pain. Her last moments of life had been ones of terror. Betrayed when he decided to stop being her father and instead became something else. All beautiful things die, Sakin whispered. He towered over her body, his strong shoulders and exposed arms stained red like his hands. The royal sleeveless robe that covered his frame was marked too. He made the stains worse, drawing his palms down the soft material without care. You'll live again, he said to ears that could no longer hear him. His voice shook where his hands had not. You will. This transition bothers me, but we'll fix it later. Did I not write that this transition bothers me? This transition bothers me. This transition bothers me. Fix it. No. Yes, hang on. I dislike this transition. Okay, we need a wife name. I need a wife's name. Wife name, go. Queen's name, go. She came running. Behind her, her personal guard followed, his Tanner rule glowing a faint blue, ready to be used in defense of her when needed. Sakin sucked in a watery breath and turned to face her. He showed no care, only sneered when she slipped in her daughter's own blood, hitting the floor hard and screamed in a kind of agony only a mother could understand. Why? Why did you hurt her? Both, Pixel. Because you gave me no air. The tendons in his forehead strained with his scream. She was your heir. She crawled through the blood, reaching her daughter and touched the lifeless face, barely able to see the result of his violent betrayal through the sting of her tears. Her words only enraged him more. The table was turned over with such force the wood cracked, glass shattering. I will not be succeeded by a woman. He turned to his wife, staring down at her in accusation, turning his rage on her. It is the power of the masculine that has kept this planet safe, that has built these halls and written words of wisdom. It is because of men that life begins or ends. He came at her, and the guard tensed, but he did not intervene. His violent hand grabbed her by the hair, hauling her upwards, heedless of her painful cry or the way she struggled against him. You, the feminine, he sneered the word, are nothing but a vessel for me, for all men. You carry the child I give you. You live the life I have provided you. The planet the gods have built, there we go, the planet the gods have built through the great power of the masculine. You are put here in service to me, and you couldn't even fucking do that right. I need a better word for fucking. Need like an alien word for fucking. She did not respond to his lies, to what he had allowed himself to believe. She couldn't. She had no strength left for it. She beat on his chest in vain, sobbing, not because of the pain of his grip, but because of what he'd taken from her, what she had allowed him to take. See the notes I leave to myself? See the notes? I like all these words. We're gonna use these words. Keep going with the words. More words. Yeah, he sucks. Okay, so Sakin spit in her face, then let her go, pushing her away from him. He turned to look at the guard, who does need some better reaction to this scene. There's a dirty little stand-byer. That's what I wrote. That's literally what I wrote, but it's true. He does. Have the General Assembly summoned. The issue of my succession will be no. Her. This character. Let's highlight her name so I know. I am thinking is related to Soraya. I'm thinking. Maybe. And I'm debating whether or not I want her to make an appearance in some things that go down or if she's dead. That will all depend on how many years it's been since this had happened. And I haven't decided that yet. I don't know. I don't know how long there's been peace, but I feel like there needs to have been quite a long period where there's been nothing but queens and no kings. Because men aren't allowed to rule because of what this motherfucker did. But I really like the idea of her making an appearance. I have to think about it. I have to think about that. I am going to name a city that. Sorry, I know we're like all over the place. Pen, whatever that word is, I like that. The P word, that gets named after something. 100%. 100% it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Her scream announced the guard's death. A blade was thrown from her Tana rule and pierced his neck from the side. He would die choking on his own blood as she charged through the archway, her hands outstretched and aimed at Sakin. Her energy pulse struck him in his chest, causing him to stumble back, eliciting his painful grunt. He touched his chest and stared at her, incredulous. Kalturo, stand down. Those are guards. Guards of the royal family are the Kalturo. Aw, thank you, Lady Rex. I love your face. I love you. You my boy. You my boy, Blue. I did not serve you. She did not shout. That did not mean the fury of her words, born of love lost, of the feminine pushed too far, was not felt. I don't know if I like that sentence either. I don't know if I like this. Convey this in a different way. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Literally the notes I leave to myself. It frightened him, the anger in her eyes, how fast karma had come. But he had already learned to let his corrupted ego have free rein, and fear was replaced with his anger at being challenged, least of all by a woman. He blocked her kick. She, his attempted strike to her face. That he was taller, outweighed her. That his muscles were bigger than hers meant nothing in a battle with Tana rules. She drove her hand into his chest, and another pulse kicked out from her palm, the energy slamming into him, bruising bone and taking his breath, and sent him stumbling backwards again. The blade he'd conjured, materialized. Also, the blade in the guard's throat should dissolve once the fight is done. Yes. Yes, we have to work on that. Fix the rough draft scene. Rough draft. The blade he'd killed his daughter with formed in his hands. He used it to block her next blast as she advanced on him. The next one. The next. And when she got close enough, he swung at her midsection with a furious scream. She disappeared before the blade could connect, moving through the pocket dimensions that surrounded all living things. In and out, back in front of him, reappearing when the momentum of his swing had twisted his torso and slammed her booted foot into his knee. His stance gave, he shouted and buckled. Her fist struck him across the face. Once. Twice. A warrior shout adding power to her third punch that split open skin and made him bleed. Before she could land her fourth punch, he traded punches with her, slamming his fist into her midsection, the pulse of energy from his Tana rule coming from his knuckles, white-hot and searing, burning into her armor with the strike. It pushed her back, and he reveled in her cry of pain. It gave him the second he needed to rise. But before she could attack him again, she watched the point of a blade come through his chest, driven into him from behind. Shock and pain spread across his face. He looked down at himself as if he couldn't believe it. The blade withdrew, and he immediately fell to his knees. In the next breath, he toppled, dead. Behind him stood his wife, covered in her daughter's blood, her tears still staining her face. She gave the woman no sympathy. Her anger transformed from one to another. "How dare you take my victory?" she whispered. "My vengeance." The queen swallowed hard. She was my daughter. No. She took a step closer. She stopped being that when you let him hurt her. Her words caused only a sob. She didn't care. I gotta fix this, because I'm pretty sure she's gonna kill the queen. I really like that idea. I really like that idea that she gives neither one of them any quarter, and she's gonna kill the queen too, and then go save the planet. I like that. I like that. Maybe she saved the planet before she comes to kill the king. I'm thinking. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll figure this one out. Because I really like the idea. No, don't spill the coffee. I really like the idea of opening to a war. So maybe the first word is not... Maybe the first word is not about her. Maybe we come to this after I show the war. Maybe that's why he kills his daughter, because he's lost the war. Yes, dear. Yes, the Aggro D. What's up, boo? What's good, boo? What's good with you? Hi. Hang on, I gotta save Pixel's words. Love you, face. Just such a sweetheart. Oh, I love your face. I love your face, Aggro D. Are you setting me up for something? Are you gonna be like, I love your face, but... I like these words. Pixel giving me all kinds of... Come on, y'all. Alien curse words. Go. Or just alien words. I'm going to use all these in the fucking book. Dust in the hood. What? All right, I gotta introduce y'all to Will and Elena, because I love Will and Elena. All right, so... Is it this? Yeah. I like this scene. Okay, I gotta introduce y'all to Will and Elena. So... Will is going to be this amazing, nerdy white dude. And I want Elena to be this hot Native American. She doesn't have to be hot. Well, she has to be hot, but whatever. I want her to be a Native American. So I have to converse with a friend of mine who is actually, and hope that she gives me some insight. Because I really want the main character, one of the main characters in the book, to be that. Representation matters, y'all. It matters. Don't argue with me. Don't fucking at me. I'll cut you. Yeah. How you be, Double T? What's good? What's good, Suki? How you be? How's your Tuesday? It is Tuesday, right? Pretty sure it's Tuesday. still don't get why you're called that. Anyone ever gonna tell me? Why did I call him Double T? Crystal calls me that. No. There was a reason. No, there was a reason. I'm gonna have to go back to that fucking stream because there was a reason. And it wasn't just because I pronounced your name wrong. It might just have been because I pronounced your name wrong. Because maybe I'm extra manly raw. Yes, that is the reason. That is the reason. Anyway, but I really love Will and Elena. And Soraya will learn to like them. She will. They're gonna have a nice little threesome relationship. It's gonna be great. That's it. Is that why? Is it because I couldn't say his name? But because of what happens in this scene, Soraya gets in a lot of trouble because they're not allowed to interfere with anything on Earth. Like, their job isn't to protect Earth. It's not even to protect the people. Their job is to protect the doorways on Earth. Of course, whatever. Yeah, I pronounce everything wrong. It's okay. Your name is Double T forever. Go check things. Fucking hell. Hang on. I'll be right back. Let's talk about stuff. Client got sacrificed. No, he's a good client. He's a good. I can't bitch. I can't complain. I mean, I could complain, but who will listen? I can't complain. Not too much. It's new business, so that's good. That's good. Even though it's not the business I want. Motherfuckers, just buy my books. Just buy my books. So I didn't have to take these fucking phone calls. And then whatever, just become like patrons and shit. And then I gotta answer the fucking phone. I could be like, LOL, streaming, don't give a fuck. Anyway, all right. Where we at? Lady Rex named Will, which is awesome. Lady Rex gave me his last name, and then I made him a junior. Will hates his name. He hates his name. All right, but anyway, what happens in this scene is also a really important thing because Soraya gets in mad trouble for doing this. Like, motherfucker. Like, mad trouble for doing this. So it's one, and then it's like this snowballs because she is actually in quote unquote jail. That I work out, like, it's kind of cool what they do to people who break the law on DAC when it's like awesome. When shit goes down with her sister. So she feels like hella bad that she was like fucking in jail when this shit goes down, because had she not been, she might have been able to prevent it. So like she didn't like, so like she really, and then she got to come back to Earth to handle some shit because her brother's acting a fool. And yeah, so she does not have a whole lot of patience for Elena and Will when she meets them again. Like, not at all. But they get over that. They get over that. They do, but it's gonna be a while. It's good though. It's good though. She pretty much thinks humans are worthless, and we are. Like, we are. It's fine. It's okay. Hang on. I have to send this invoice really quick. While y'all remind me to change my commands, because I forgot to change my commands, and everybody knows it's not Hoodie Sunday. It's like technically Hoodie Tuesday, even though I'm just wearing a hoodie today because I'm lazy. Lazy. Hang on. Tell me what to do. Stand by. Stand by. We streaming and working. Look at this multitasking going on right now. High level of multitasking occurring right now. Also, thank you, Lady Rex. I do look sexy when I'm working, don't I? Hang on, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Hang on, this has to happen right now. Terms and conditions are important. All right. Okay. Let's read some things. I told you today was, I did not say that. I said it was a void moon. I said it. I said it. I said it. It's void moon day. You don't do shit on void moons. You just chill. Void moon equals motherfucker chill. Chill. That's it. That's it. That's all you do. That's it. That's all you do. That's all you do with a void moon. I love how she get. That's how I roll, y'all. That's how fam is having temper tantrums, bruh. Be like, nope, not today, motherfuckers, not today. All right, so all this I'm gonna read to y'all is rough, drafty as fuck. Rough. This is like, these whole scenes kind of make me twitch a little bit, and there are reasons why they probably tell authors that you're not allowed to share your rough drafts with people, but I don't give a fuck. I just like breaking rules. Like, I'm gonna share this shit. I'm doing this like the whole book. I'm sharing the whole fucking process. The whole process from start to fucking finish. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's do it. We're gonna read this, and then we're done with writing stuffs. There were no city lights to compete with the glow of the stars. A clear night exposed them in all their glory, covering the sky. Everything was peaceful here. Yes, thank you. Everything was peaceful here. A faint breeze carried the smell of a grassy field and played with the blades of grass as it passed by. The ball of light was so small it was easy to mistake it for a firefly. It skittered through the breeze, laughing at the playful nature of air. The light hovered over the field and in those seconds determined via a complicated algorithm whether or not the spot could hold the energy required for the message. It was determined that this particular spot was perfect. Buzzing happily, the light began its work. It whipped through the grass, depressing the long stalks, moving so fast the task was complete in less than 1 Earth minute. Once there had been nothing, and in the next, what the humans of Earth like to call a crop circle had appeared. Job complete. The tiny ball of light flitter away, tagging air so as to resume their game. I have no idea what this light is. I have no idea the history behind the light. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know anything about the light yet. I don't know if I need to know about the light. I'm curious, though. I'm hella curious about the light. Motherfuckers interrupting us. Fuck off. I'm glad you like it, Lady Rex. I'm very curious about the light. I am. I need to know. I need to know things. What's up, Blade? How are you, dear? How's work? I'm literally like trying to share some writing and being bothered with web design work at the same time. This is literally where we're at right now. Blaze here. Yay! All right, let's talk about Will and Elena. William Barker Jr. was sleeping soundly. He was about as comfortable as a guy could be in a tent in the middle of nowhere. Or he had been, until Elena, I don't know her last name yet, excitedly threw open the tent flap, pounced on him, and started shaking his shoulder. Will, wake up, wake up, wake up. Will popped open one eye at his best friend. Why? Do you know what I was... Elena slapped a hand over his mouth, cutting him off. Grinning widely, her excitement almost visceral, she blew an irritant curl of her dark brown hair out of her eye and used her other to show him the video on the handheld camera. We got one. Will was instantly awake. Both eyes open and went to the screen, widening as he watched a crop circle form. He gently pried her hand from his mouth and reached for the camera. Did this just happen? Like right now? Elena nodded like she'd had too much caffeine, which wouldn't be an unfair thing to assume. Like right now, right now. We got all of it. Will sat up, rubbing his eyes with one hand before he hit the rewind button, watching the whole video again. At first, it looked like nothing exciting, just a big open field, until a small ball of light appeared. It whipped through the field so fast he couldn't keep up with its motion. The video cut out a second later. The whole process had taken less than a minute. He looked up at her. A circle? It's huge. We need a bird's eye view. I'll call Jim. He gave Elena back the camera, and she got out of his lap so he could get out of his sleeping bag and scrambled for the cell phone. Blade is the ultimate ladies' man. Is that what I gave him? Hang on. Stand by. Stand by. Needy people are needy. That's what I thought. Blade's a player. That's why we call him Player Blade. Okay. Kusamani is a curse word. And it was given to me by my brother, which was, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. I was like, yo, I need alien curse words. And this was a couple years ago. And he was like, he was thinking that all of a sudden, he like appears, throws his hands up and goes, Kusamani. And I was like, that's it. That's alien curse word right there. Hang on, people asking me about deals and shit. Stand by. I should just have this all written down somewhere. You see what I need? I need an assistant. I need an assistant. It just be like, write this shit down, and then I wouldn't be going back through emails trying to remember. Stand by. Stand by. Blade, you should be able to post a link with no problem. Even though if Pixel wants to work her magic, she can, but you're a regular. Regulars can always post links. I think she just wanted to do it. Eat some food, Tech. Eat some food. What's this song? All right, I'm going to listen to the song in a second. We're going to listen to it while we playing Conan. Crystal Feet. What? Bruh, really, bruh? I am the... Bruh. I'm like, we about to order some food. What you want? We about to order some shit. That's where we at. That's where we at with that. You don't have to ask, Blade. New motherfuckers, they have to ask. Blade, you've been here forever. You don't... Blade, I don't give a shit what you post in this chat. I do not care. I do not care. Blade, you like the original OG. Like, I don't, you never have, I love you, but you never have to ask. Anyway, that's the words behind, that's why we have the Kusamani. So if you would like to give us an alien curse word, because it's very important to me in this book that people of Daquin have different words than Earth words, because it doesn't make sense. One of the things my best friend said to me when she was reading, she read one of the earlier versions of the scene with the two sisters fighting, and she's like, they sound like they're from Earth. And I'm like, well, fuck. How do we fix that? So it's super important that we have alien words for things. So if you've got an alien word, motherfucker, put it in chat right now, and I'll give you a shout out in the acknowledgments. True story. True story, though. True story. How do I say that? Hey, we're gonna get in Discord when I'm in Conan. You're gonna tell me how to say that. Yashak? Yeah. I don't do silent words, Pixel. I don't do silent letters. I don't do silent letters. You remember that? Remember, no silent letters. No, I don't. You know what, Blade? I don't even want to, I don't want to copy anything. I want this to be, completely original. Literally, we got together and we played Drunk Scrabble. and, that's the new word now. That's it. Like that. I don't want to be like, oh, it sounds like, nah, motherfucker. Nah, it's some original shit right here. I want nerdy-ass motherfuckers on the internet trying to learn how to speak Daquin. Why are people bothering me today? No. Sorry. Yaishuk. I like. I feel like that should be a war cry. I like this. This is definitely a war cry. There's some secrets in the end. I was not able to spot them, Tech. We're gonna watch it when we're done with this. We're gonna all watch it together. Yeah, I like that. That's literally, I feel like Yaishuk should be a war cry. I dig that. Get mad at somebody and be like, you know what, you little Yai. I love it. You're totally. She's like, you're not saying it right. You're not saying it right. I'm like, what was it? Yaishuk. Is that wrong? Is that still wrong? Okay. All right. Kusamani, Soraya, come a little closer to that asteroid, will you? In the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, two figures flew without the assistance of any kind of interdimensional traveling vessel. A round silver helmet covered Soraya's head. The visor was blue. A similar color covered her frame, a bit shinier than the suit. A double-cylinder pack was on her back, thrusters, its function controlled from the direct-to-brain interface inside her helmet. In one hand, she carried a small, square silver case. I have to fix the case because the case is actually Atlantean, and that just reminds me of an attached case, and I don't want that. The case needs to look cool. So I don't see it. I don't see it yet in my brain, but it's got to be cooler. It's got to be cooler. Pushing the pack to its limit, she shot ahead of Jocelyn. Flying so close to the asteroid, she was able to run up the uneven surface with her booted feet, dive off it, flip around and repeat the same maneuver across a meter of tightly floating rocks until she broke into a small open area inside the rocky field. She abruptly eased back on the acceleration on her pack, hovering in place. Jocelyn finally caught up to her. His suit was similar to hers, but a darker shade of blue. You're showing off, Narrowcell. Soraya grinned at him, as if you couldn't keep up. Jocelyn almost smiled, but instead focused on lines of information scrolling down the front of his visor. Pistol, you're going to have to pronounce this word for us, too, because I have no idea how you want that pronounced. I think you said it was a little Frenchish, but I don't know how we pronounce that. I don't know. This is another one of Pixel's words, y'all. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know how to say it. No idea how to say it. I feel like in the audio version of this, I'm going to have to include an audio of Pixel pronouncing all the fucking alien words for people so they properly know how to say it. So there's not internet wars about how shit is pronounced. Although that would be funny. And I kind of want that to happen. Actually, you know what? We'll wait. We'll let the internet wars start about how things would be pronounced. And then I'll release the audio. And then people can be trolls to each other and be like, ha ha, motherfucker, I was right, you was wrong. That's what we'll do. Yup, that's what we're gonna do. Doing it. Okay. Soraya lifted the case and whispered to it. I have notes on this. Do I have notes on this? That's a really good question. Hang on. That was really loud. I apologize. Guys, hang on. Hang on. There are no whiteboard notes. There were no notes. I forgot the notes. There are no notes on the whiteboard. There are no whiteboard notes. I think I have to write notes because there are no notes. There are no whiteboard notes. I forgot to write those. I know what the notes need to be, but I didn't. I forgot to write them. I have to do that later. Okay. The locking mechanism released itself, allowing her to pry open the heavy lid. Sitting inside was a sundial, its dark graining surface made from an asteroid come to life aeons ago when the Milky Way was first built. It was as heavy as the case it was carried in, so much she needed both hands to pull it out. Jocelyn caught the case itself before it floated away. Soraya watched the data roll down her screen, giving her the exact coordinates to place herself holding the dial. A tiny beep in her ear confirmed, and she activated her thrusters to keep her in place. She whispered another phrase. A pulse from the Dark Knight satellite cast a shield around the asteroid field, like blocking a security camera, ensuring that no one else would see the asteroid belt come alive. Once the rocks began to move, Soraya let the dial go, activating her thrusters again to move her out of the way. The asteroid belt began shifting. The sundial remained in place and began to glow, a deep amethyst hue pulsing out from it, slowly drawing the rocks toward it. They twisted and turned, circling around, merging together with loud clanks and deep shudders like an ancient machine finally coming back online. When it was done, the sundial hovered over the field, highlighting it in that beautiful hue, and the asteroid field itself mimicked the shape of the crop circle, the word that I can't pronounce, on Earth. For a short time, there was silence. The pulse from the sundial around the field quickened. Unseen to the human eye and the primitive technology on Earth, a light shot from the crop circle and into the asteroid field. The sundial began to turn, its dial twisting around until the pointed tip faced the planet Mars. The surface of the planet shifted. The Mars rover would suddenly and mysteriously go offline. A pyramid, there's a location for that. There will be more detail there. Pushed itself up from the sands time had buried it under. It needed only expose the glowing tip of its capstone. Layers of dirt slid effortlessly from its surface, as if some unseen hand swiped it all away. It glistened once exposed, and then it began to sing. Two cool things. One, the Dark Knight satellite is actually a thing, and I'm saying it wrong. I don't think it's called Dark Knight. I think it's called something else. I think it's called something else. But there is actually this strange satellite that's up in space and nobody knows what the fuck it is. But they call it a satellite. It's this cool like object that like floats around Earth. It's cool as shit. Look it up. That's one thing. Number two, pyramids actually do make noise. They actually do make noise. Interestingly enough, it's very cool. It's very cool. So that's what we got the information from that scene. So the sound reverberated from the surface of Mars throughout space. Its frequency only heard by those of, is it Daquinian? Is that how you would call the people on Daquin? Are they Daquins? Daquinians? I don't know, we'll figure that out. It was different each time, but Soraya always thought that the music that was the key to the interplanetary doorways was hauntingly beautiful, and sometimes sad. The tones knew things only something as ancient as they were could. Knowledge it longed to share, but for some reason couldn't. Its song was short, just 30 seconds. You get it? Jocelyn asked her. Of course. Soraya smiled and began making her way over to the dial, Jocelyn following her. She closed her hands around it, placing it back into the case. Jocelyn looked at Soraya. Did you sense that? Soraya was holding her position, scanning the darkness around them. Before she could respond to her partner, a sound kick sent her crashing back into one of the rocks. And then there's this whole like little fight scene that happens right here. Shit goes down in the asteroid field, but I gotta write it. I gotta write it. I gotta write it. But basically, it ends up in them crashing to Earth, Soraya and this other dude who tried to fucking kill her and steal the sundial. So I'm gonna read that little part. She was plummeting through space, and no amount of control over her pack could help her. It was a suicide run. The suit her attacker was wearing would not hold through the dive into Earth's atmosphere. He screamed and slowly turned into a ball of flame at her back. Thankfully, her suit protected her from the flames, but he had damaged her thruster so badly she would need to slow her descent another way. She closed her eyes, opening a connection to the Earth, and that's when her senses alerted her to another problem: a helicopter below her. Gritting her teeth, she tried to adjust her trajectory and would have succeeded, but the flaming remains of the double F her back let her go and went hurtling towards the helicopter. Before she could catch him, he crashed into the helicopter blades. Elena and Will, along with their pilot friend Jim, were inside the helicopter, preparing to make another circle around the giant crop circle. Elena thought it was breathtaking. In her opinion, most crop circles were, and Will agreed with her. This one resembled the Fibonacci spiral, perfectly formed circles that curved like a seashell, additional markings along its outer edges. Will had the video camera out, getting the bird's eye view. And then everything went to hell. The helicopter violently jerked, sensors screaming as something crashed into the blades. It immediately sent the helicopter into a deadly flat spin, hurtling them towards the ground. "Mayday, mayday," Jim shouted into the headset. "What the hell was that?" William shouted, dropping the video camera and grabbing at something, anything, as the world spun. Shit, hang on, we're going down." Carrying herself through the breeze, Soraya watched the helicopter spin wildly. It would crash into the circle, and the code would be lost. That, in truth, was a minor inconvenience. The alternative was interference. If that helicopter crashed inside, everyone would die. If that helicopter crashed, everyone inside of it would die. But if she interfered in Earth matters again, a gut instinct she could not explain put her in motion before her brain had made up its mind. Soraya asked the air to carry her and shot forward. She moved in and out of time, arriving at the helicopter in half a second. Soraya reached in, grabbing the girl, and threw her out, chucking her through the same rift she had used to reach them, pushing the human woman through again and again until she landed on the ground. She'd be banged up, but she'd live. Soraya did the same with both of the men. When they were out, she shoved the metal machine with all her might, pushing it through an opposite rift. It crashed to the ground a few meters outside of the circle. She would have smiled in triumph, but her strength left her, and she toppled to the ground. Elena was positive she was going to die. She was certain of it. She'd seen plenty of movies to know that helicopter crashes were insane wrecks that nobody lived through. She was in a state of panic, thinking a million things at once, wanting to do something, anything to help Will, help Jim, help herself. Something grabbed her and Elena screamed. It was just one big continuous scream now. This was a different kind of panic. It was impossible that something was touching her. Impossible that she was flying through the air or through pockets of it. For milliseconds, she would lose all sense of space and time. It was a crazy feeling she couldn't even comprehend with everything else going on. Before she knew it, she hit the ground, hard, painfully. She knew there would be a bruise, but somehow she was alive. We'll skip the rest. I gotta finish writing the scene. But basically, Soraya gets in big trouble. Big trouble for this, y'all. Big trouble. And her mom is super mad at her for this. Like, super mad. Hella mad. You don't want your mom to be mad at you, but mom's mad. So mad. But yeah, that's what happens. So yeah, yeah. And the fucked up thing about this scene, too, is because who attacked them in the fields is also the same person that does some mean shit to her sister. It's not good. It's not good, y'all. He not a nice guy. He not nice. He's kind of a douche. He's a little bit of a douche. Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta write more. We got a lot more right. We got a lot. They're not ghetto ass names, Tech. They alien names. Alien names are important.